What do you make of the news that we've killed the new bin Laden? He took over al-Qaeda once we killed bin Laden in 2011. We haven't been able to get him since. He was walking around like it was, the boardwalk at the Jersey Shore in Kabul, feeling totally free and safe there. And then we got him with a drone. What do you make of it?
Well, I think we're happy if he's gone. I mean, 50 years ago, when he was in his 20s, he was one of the people who was responsible for killing Anwar Sadat. He tried to kill Mubarak. He was involved in the Tanzania bombing. He was involved in the USS Cole. His fingerprints are all over where either allies of the United States or Americans were killed in terrorist attacks. So we're happy about that. But you hit it right on the nose when you announced that there was no longer a reason to be in Afghanistan at all. That is, forget the $80 billion we left behind, the $1 billion embassy that who knows what the future of that is, and the $300 million Bagram Air Force Base that we refitted. The idea was that, well, there's nobody there. Now we find out he's not only there, but he's prominently there and without worry. So it's good that we got rid of him. He was at one time in his life, if you remember, he was the ideological architect of Islamic Jihad that kind of merged with al-Qaeda. Raymond Abraham's bin Laden reader that had all of the text of bin Laden's speeches and writings were mostly written by al-Zawahiri. And the thing about him, Megyn, he was a keen student of the United States. If you read what he was writing, say 15 years ago, he was talking about climate change and campaign finance reform, and that the United States was an illiberal actor. So he digested the American left, and then he regurgitated it back as criticism to us, almost the way that we do it, the left does, that China does as well. So we're glad that he's gone. He was ineffective and not in control as Baghdadi had been. There is one irony, though, Megyn. When Trump got rid of Soleimani and Baghdadi, Joe Biden was one of the fiercest critics of those operations and said that either Trump didn't deserve credit for it, or that it was provocative, or that that he shouldn't have done it. And so it is ironic now that he did the same type of operation. I'm glad he did, but that's about all I can say on that.
Yeah. My team told me about this last night. My first reaction was, great. That's great news. I mean, I think those of us who lived through 9/11 as adults and had the right perspective on it and the aftermath of it could only do one thing but celebrate the demise of an al-Qaeda leader. But you do have to ask, why was he strolling around Kabul so freely? And why, as President Biden said last night, was he, according, again, to the president, making videos, including in recent weeks, calling for his followers to attack the United States and our allies? Mark Thiessen had a great piece in the Washington Post saying, that means this guy was planning and inciting external operations against the United States from Afghanistan, possibly under protection of the Taliban, which might not have been possible if Biden had just listened to his military commanders and left a residual U.S. force in Afghanistan to begin with. You know, when Biden pulled out the troops so disastrously a year ago, he was so cavalier about doing so, the consequences of it, the manner in which he did it. We pulled a soundbite that underscores a bit of that. It's number one. Listen.
Look, let's put this thing in perspective here. What interest do we have in Afghanistan at this point with al-Qaeda gone? We went to Afghanistan for the express purpose of getting rid of al-Qaeda in Afghanistan, as well as getting Osama bin Laden. And we did.
Well, there was an ongoing interest, and this was on the other side of the ledger for any president making the decision in how to do this and how to handle the ongoing terror threat. And while it's great that we got Zawahiri, it underscores the other point, which is there is an ongoing threat there. And the Taliban, which has been assuring us that they're not harboring terrorists, including al-Qaeda, has been lying to us all along.
Yeah. I think it's part of a general symptomology that, I mean, there was no accident that Vladimir Putin went into Ukraine after the Afghanistan disaster, which was the greatest humiliation in American history in the last 50 years. Not since 1975 on the Saigon roof had we been so humiliated. And it's no accident that Japan is now worried about more missile tests over its territories by North Korea. And it's no accident that Iran keeps boasting that it almost or already has a bomb. And it's no accident that China, for the first time in 30 years, is openly talking about attacks on Taiwan. It's all part of the loss of deterrence that this administration is responsible for. And you can see how they did it. I mean, with the Afghanistan, yes, but they have turned also the military into the perception abroad is it's becoming a social justice institution, and its primary mission is no longer to deter enemies or kill bad people and help good people. And we can see that with the polls from the Reagan Foundation. It says that only 45% have great confidence in our military. That's way down from the normal levels of support. And then in addition, they've only met, Megyn, 40% of their Army recruitment. And I lay that at the feet of Mark Milley and Lloyd Austin in those congressional testimonies when they, without any data or supporting evidence, just suggested that an entire demographic, white males, were somehow under a cloud of suspicion of white rage or white supremacy, when that particular demographic, and I don't like talking about demographics in tribal terms, but they do. And if you're going to do it, then you should look at who died in Afghanistan and Iraq, and they died at twice their numbers in the general population. So there was a general sense abroad that the United States either can't or won't react in the way that it had in the past.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you think about these military families.
That's why he was there. Yeah, he was there because he thought, you know what, they're not going to do anything.
As everyone starts to go back to school over the next few weeks, do good by helping feed kids who are facing hunger and food insecurity. Our partner, Good Ranchers, is on a mission to donate 100,000 high-quality meals to young children who often go unfed or who are malnourished from poor access to nutritious food. You can join this campaign by ordering a box of 100% American meat. Every single order contributes meals to the cause and makes a huge difference in the lives of these children. Good Ranchers is an award-winning food delivery service that brings 100% American meat and seafood right to your door. They source the best of American farms so that you can get the highest quality food possible and trust what you're feeding your family every time. Go to goodranchers.com/Megyn to join the movement today. You're going to get $30 off your order, free shipping, and donate food to kids in need. Giving back never felt or tasted so good. Let's help them hit and pass that goal of 100,000 meals donated. Go to goodranchers.com/Megyn or use my code MEGYN. Change the future one meal at a time with Good Ranchers. goodranchers.com/MEGYN. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.